Okay. This is a big room, it's a big crowd. But I have traveled 15,000 miles, so maybe you could listen for a few minutes. Honourable ministers, and indeed shadow ministers, I know it's hard to adjust. Members of the Liberal Party and indeed the Labour Party. St. Patrick pulls people together. Who knows, maybe there'll even be a coalition at some stage in the future under Irish stewardship. Ambassador, Consul General, Cahirley, Peter Brennan, Agini Ushla, August Gohoiraha, Corja Gale, Crim Falcherove, August Torrimaid Armaveln Shaw, and you, Egon Okod Specialta Shaw, here in Sydney. It is true that this is the largest St. Patrick's Day lunch celebration on the planet this year. And it's appropriate that it's happening here in Sydney. One of your former prime ministers in Australia said that Australia is the most Irish country on the planet outside of Ireland. And it's true. About a third of your population claim Irish descent. About 2 million of your population either have Irish parents or Irish grandparents. And currently, about 70,000 young Irish men and women are here on temporary visas, working and being part of the Australian economy. And so where else would we have the biggest lunch celebration on the planet? In typical Irish fashion, though, that doesn't come easily. It just so happens that the country with the closest Irish history and connections happens to be the farthest country away from Ireland on the planet, which is a sort of a typically Irish twist to the story. I was coming over on the ferry, and there were a lot of Irish people, some of them young, on the way over, and I was listening to some of the conversations, and I was enjoying the good weather and looking at the buildings and so on. And I heard one of the young Irish lads say, "Jesus, you'd miss the rain all the same." And I said to myself, you wouldn't if you were at home. So this is an extraordinary city, one of the cities in the world that has probably got the highest quality of living in terms of weather, in terms of networks, in terms of work opportunities. And it's a privilege to be here and to see so many people of Irish heritage, both young and not so young. I want to thank, in particular, the government of New South Wales for making this facility available for this event. A lot of the senior politicians in this part of Australia have very, very strong Irish connections, including your Premier, who I know would have been here today if it hadn't been for him feeling unwell. So I want to thank him and indeed all of the other politicians who are here today for their welcome and for making this phenomenal facility available for our Irish celebration at lunchtime today. So thank you. Can I also thank the board and all of the members of the Lansdowne Club. You know, this is replicated all over the world. We have Irish communities that come together, that put structures in place that can support young Irish people when they come to a new world, when they're finding a place to live, when they're finding a job, when they get themselves into trouble. They look to other Irish people in those communities for help, for advice, for assistance. And the Lansdowne Club is one of many, but a powerful one of many, who has for many years been supporting Irish people who have, for all sorts of reasons, found themselves here in Sydney or indeed in other parts of Australia in need of advice and of friendship. This can be a lonely place, so far from home for so many young people who come here looking for a new life. So thank you, Peter. Thank you, Patricia. And thank you, everybody in the Lansdowne Club, not only for this extraordinary event here today, but for the work that you do for 12 months of the year with the Irish community. Thank you so much. Finally, can I just say, as a member of the current Irish government, I come here with good news from home. And I think a lot of Irish people here, and indeed in other parts of the world, have been looking with some despair and embarrassment at what had happened to Ireland 5 years ago. And we have gone about, particularly over the last 3 years, of rebuilding your country from the inside out, making difficult, hard decisions, and Irish people at home have put up with that. But they are now seeing the positive results from those decisions. In the last 12 months, Ireland has created 61,000 extra jobs in the Irish economy. And so there has been more employment growth in the domestic Irish economy than in any other country in the OECD in the last 12 months. And so many of you young Irish people who have come here to find work in recent years, we want you home. And we are doing everything we can to invite you home, should you choose to come home to work in the future. Although from conversations with many of you, you're pretty happy with where you are. Can I say that in many ways, Ireland as a country was knocked down, but we are very much back up on our feet again in good Tadhg Kennelly traditions of not staying down for too long. And as a Cork person, I don't say that lightly, wherever you are, Tadhg. Can I just finally thank everybody here who's been involved in making the Irish St. Patrick's Day Festival happen this year. So many people in this room and outside of this room have worked really hard on a voluntary basis to make a week of festivities happen. And there are people in this room who know what I'm talking about when I say that you've put a huge amount of work in. People like Kevin Sheedy, who I know is here, who is a legend of Australian sport, who is facilitating the Giants versus the Swans going green in the first AFL match that I will attend on Sunday. So once again, from Ireland and from the Irish government, thank you so much. The Irish community is so much bigger than the country that is Ireland. We are an international family, an international tribe now, and it is events like this that keep us together and keep a value system and an identity intact. And I thank you so much for that. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon.